This is the DOLK SFBT-4 reference doll, reference figure, whatever you want to call it. This is absolutely awesome. I cannot tell you how much I love this thing. I have a review up of the SFBT-3, which is the female version of this. Go and check out that review if you haven't seen that already, or my playlist of all the other reference figures that I've reviewed. But yes, this is the male version with weapon. Check this out right now. Absolutely cool. Subscribe to my channel for more. Hit like, comment below, everything. Look how awesome that is. That's just cool on every level. Imagine using that as your reference figure. Look how poseable those hands are. Blows every other reference figure out of the water. Lawrence Can Draw. Reviews for artists and creatives by a professional working artist. That's me. See you soon, guys. Hi folks, and how you all doing? Today I want to show you something very special. So you've all seen this before. That is something very cool. I've shown a number of different drawing reference figures on my show before. Welcome to Lawrence Can Draw. I am your host, Lawrence Man, and as you can see here, we have a very tall, very large reference figure for you. This is a female reference figure all the way from Japan. I have a video all about this, and one thing I do love is say for example the wrist here. You can turn the wrists like so. Let me just get it into position for you. What I can do is I can twiddle the wrists here like this, but the wrists stop turning at this point here, and they don't turn completely around. They stop there, just as my wrists do in real life. How cool is that? And I can turn them back the other way. It's so delicate. It really is. So I'm being very careful here. Now, why am I showing you this again? Why am I showing you this again when I've already got a video on my channel about it? It's got quite a lot of views, especially for something like a figure reference model. So, okay, I'm showing you this already because I have something here in this box that I want to show you. Now, before I move this to one side, I'm going to bring it closer here. Take notice the eyes here on this are brown. I'll just move something else into shot here. There you go. That is the horse figure from 3D Total. There. You can see a review of that on my channel as well. Just to show you that I have reviewed other reference figures as well on my channel. I've got a few other things, and I want to keep reviewing other reference figures as well. I know you guys are eager for those. If you want any particular ones, give me a shout out. Let me know what you want to see reviewed. Okay, so on with today's reference figure. So all the way from Japan, as you can tell, because here in the packaging for this, I'm going to be quiet while I unbox this because it's noisy. Japanese newspaper. How cool is that? They could have used bubble wrap. I wish I could read Japanese still. I used to be able to read a bit of Japanese. Can't anymore. It's actually really easy to pick up. Now, I've ordered two things. One was a reference figure. The other, the website that you can buy this from, link in the description, sells a lot of different things. Some reference figures, some multitude of dolls, but they also sell some weapons and some wigs and so on and so forth that you can use on your reference figure. Now, there you go. That's the first thing I want to show you there. Some weapons. Okay. They sell a few different types of guns and so on, but I went for the missile launcher. How cool is that? So that will fit the one here that I already have, the female version. I'm kind of giving the game away now by saying that. Okay, so I'm just going to stand that over here for a moment. Okay, here we go. This is the SFBT-4, the special full action body type 4 for us to now unbox. So as you can see, this is a simple one box figure, and the great thing about this is it takes no assembly. I'm going to get this out now. When I say no assembly, it does come with instructions there for us to read. And it comes with a stand, much the same as previously. It's the exact same stand, so the figures will look great together. This, as you probably guessed by now, it's the male version. Okay, there you go, look at that. So I'm going to move all the packaging to one side because packaging is noisy. And there you go. That's the male version. I'll just stand him up for a second. I'll get him all straight so he doesn't look so compressed. Now, these are stylized, especially the faces. They are reference figures and they're really, really poseable. I've been using the female one for a while now, and I've often thought it would be really nice to have the male one. They only make so many. They don't, it's not a production line. The company that makes these don't make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, which is why, yes, they are a little bit expensive, but they're all kind of handmade. They're plastic. But when you think about how many pieces these are made from, they are exquisitely made. They are cast, they are not 3D printed. Now, some people have said that the faces for them personally are a little bit daunting, and I understand that. If you're not the biggest fan of manga, I understand that you may be a little, I don't know, the faces might not be for you. The great thing is, however, look at that. The face comes straight off. And it's two little pins that hold it in. The eyes actually come out. You can actually order different color eyes if you are a model maker, if you just fancy having a go. Now he is in line with her, and you can see the height difference there, which is great. He's a bit taller than her, and you can see proportionally he is totally correct. I'll just lift his head up a bit. And he's fresh out of the box, so I do need to make some corrections for his eyes, etc, etc. And it's, you know, there you go. You can see there how his eyes come out, and they just pop straight out of his head, and I can pop them straight back in. You can just buy a different color set of eyes if you really want to. Personally, I don't find the need, but you can also buy a wig if you want. I'm not sure if there's different wigs available, but you can easily buy one wig. I know that for a fact. And then you can just cut that to size. There you go. I'll close his eyes for now. There you go. And yeah. So, he's absolutely great. He's a nice size above her. I like the different skin color as well. Let's move them closer so you can see them. There, that's absolutely great. And the good thing is this isn't just a female without the breasts. They're different skin colours. He has a chest, obviously, and she has breasts. You can see the difference in hips. You can see the difference here and here. If I move them to the sides, I'll just move his arm a bit so you can see he has a different shape there. All in all, the calf, if I move them out a bit, you can see the different calf shapes as well. He has more defined muscles in his calves than she does. You can see as well his shoulder shape is different to her. There you go, maybe if I turn it that way around. And you can see the different calf shape, and you can see the difference in arm and shoulder shape. You can also see the different neck thickness and obviously head shape as well. Everything, absolutely everything seems to be different. I think most noticeably, one thing we tend to see overall is the back of the figure seems to be very, very different. If we take a look, I'll just bring the legs out here, and you can see, if I do that, you can see how stable the figures are here on these bases, for example. I can even lift both legs completely like this off of the bases, and you see just how stable they are. If you look at the back of the legs, there you go, you can see the back of the legs there and just the detail, and their backs as well, obviously. Also how their shoulder blades move is beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous, and you can see the difference between the two. Let me show you close up with this reference figure, all the posability. So first of all, these hands. These hands are beautiful. The fact that you can move every digit, every piece of every digit, and that is so cool, because what we can do here is we can even spread these digits apart as well as just bunch them up like that. Yeah, that's cool. And we can, you do have to be careful, but we can bunch up the digits as well to form a fist. And like I say, you do have to be careful. It's a lot easier when you're not trying to hold him still for the camera, obviously, but yes, you can take this and, you know, kind of roll it round like that and form that fist, and it works beautifully. That's pretty great for a reference figure. And like I said, one thing you can do is just roll that wrist around. It's not just obviously the hands, but you can see every plate, every muscle is there. And obviously, you know, the stomach is moving, also all of the back plates, which represent each of the muscles. Say if he was jumping from an explosion, there you go. I can take a photo with my phone, perfect. I can just draw over that, nice and quick. I used to draw comics, not exclusively for a living, but I have done some work for Marvel over the years. A little bit here and there. And had I have gone into a career exclusively for comics, these would have proven invaluable. Had I have, you know, chosen that route, it would have been very, very cool, because I could have done my work panel by panel. Nervous guy talking to a woman. Whew. Obviously wrong part to zoom into, but you get my point. In a matter of moments. And yeah, you can kind of see that, you know, it's maybe not right, but on the other hand, I don't know, you know, that's the polar opposite for a pose. And yeah, let's stop that right now. But yes, the point is that you could do any pose you wanted to in moments. Let's make him a nice guy. But in absolute moments, we can make whatever pose the story needs us to make. And it's not a problem. And that's what these are useful for. Now, I think these are absolutely great. They do come in handy. I do use them. I have other reference models, and I have shown you those in reviews before, and they do come in handy. Now, I use reference models for muscle structures and certain other things, but if you want reference models for poses, these are absolutely brilliant. It doesn't matter if you want manga faces or not. These are really nice and really quick for just creating detailed poses, and they have everything. They have the fingers, they have the feet, they have everything. And the good thing is we also have the weapons, you know, and you can get the hair as well. You can even get clothes. So let's once again move the female to the side, because we've already done a detailed review of her. This isn't her review, this is his review. There we go. This is the guy's review. So we're going to put you back on the base, my friend. We're going to have a look at the weapons. That, if I say so myself, is pretty cool. Remember, that's the front. Don't make the mistake that many people do. So the good thing is, because our friend here has posable fingers, look at that. I will show you a close-up. Look at that in terms of how good the reference figure is. When you can grip a weapon like that, I think that says it all. That's how good the hands on this are. And it's not as if I've set this up 100 times and I'm redoing it. You saw me unbox this, grab it out of the box, and I suppose you would be aiming this up a bit, because you don't fire a missile straight. I mean, do you? I don't know. You probably think I'm talking through my hundreds of hours of gaming experience, but I was a Call of Duty kind of fan years ago, but I don't play games like that anymore. Games like that tend to bore me nowadays. It's repetitive gameplay that I just don't find that interesting anymore. Look at that though. We have to draw that. That is the mark of a good reference figure, is how well the illustration comes out. Join me for that video. I love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The weapon is brilliant. The figure is brilliant. You may have already seen that video of that reference figure, but for me, if you're wondering what the difference is between the two, I think they are totally different. I think if you have the female one already, I think you'll love the male one. It's a great addition. I think having the two is well worth it, because I think they just complement each other brilliantly. I love the color difference for one. I love the height difference. I think the parts are very different. The calves, the back of the legs, stomach of the male is really nice. This kind of flowing shape, you know. It's not just the chest muscles. The shoulders are lovely and different. I love the fact that the faces are still removable. The hands are beautifully made. The weapon I love. Next time I might get some hair. I might get some more weapons as well. Hopefully you liked my review of the DOLK SFBT-4 Male Reference doll right here. I'm in love with this thing. I think it's awesome. I think as far as the reference figure goes, this thing is absolutely classic. Yes, it's a little bit expensive, but you're really getting your money's worth, especially if you are a working artist. So you can add weapons to this thing. You could even add your own weapons to this thing. You could make weapons for this thing. You can get wigs, you can change the eyes, you can do whatever you want. Let me know in the comments below what you think. What are you using for reference at the moment? Are you using anything as cool as this? Don't be afraid to hit that like button. Don't be afraid to hit subscribe for more reference figure reviews. I shall speak to you all later. Keep being creative and ciao for now.